Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Tuesday night, everybody, from San Antonio, Texas. And it is Texas League Baseball. Now here's the star, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a good Tuesday evening, everybody. We welcome you to Nelson Wolff Stadium. It is the first game of our six-game set between the visiting Frisco RoughRiders and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is Taco Night Tuesday here at the ballpark. And so far, hope you guys get some pretty good, delicious tacos as we go on through the evening. Well, if the Missions overturn a double play, it's 2 free crispy tacos courtesy of Taco Bell. Don't forget, tomorrow's a special night as we have Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark as we salute members of uniform that serve military branches, our police, our firefighters, and those that serve in uniform to protect us, and many more. Don't forget, Wednesday, well, that's what it is. It's Military Appreciation Night Wednesday here at the ballpark. Thursday, Flying Chanclas return home, and Friday as well as we get ready to say goodbye to them. Last 2 times of this homestand, and it is Taco Bell Value Night on Thursday. And Friday, $2 Dr. Peppers all night long, presented by the Flying Chanclas. Series continues on Saturday as we'll have post-game fireworks after the ball game. So sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show courtesy of West Creek Trail Rides. Sunday we'll wrap it up as San Antonio will start 2 weeks on the road as they'll hit to Corpus Christi and Arkansas. And then we'll be back really soon to take on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles to conclude the first half here at home. Missions will wrap it up in Midland, take on the Midland Rockhounds for a 6-game set. Then after that, 4 days off as we conclude the first half. Missions will start up a last 3-game series meetup against Corpus Christi this year. And so far, it will be our last ever 3 games of the year between the 2 ball clubs. Then it'll be Frisco coming to town, so RoughRiders and San Antonio will come face-to-face again here in San Antonio for the last 6 times for the Missions and RoughRiders to be here in San Antonio this year. But most evidently after that, we'll head to Amarillo to take on the Sod Poodles. And then we'll get ready for our 6-game homestand, taking on the visiting Springfield Cardinals. Missions head to Frisco for the last 6 times of the regular season. Then it'll be taking on Northwest Arkansas, and then road trip to Springfield right after that. Missions return home. They take on the visiting Midland Rockhounds. Last 6 games against Midland, and then Amarillo to close it off in the second half of the regular season. Then it'd be the Final 4 as we get ready to converge the Texas League playoff rounds and then the Championship Series rounds right after that. Well, I'm joined in the booth as we welcome you to the pregame show here tonight. And gotta say, Bob, I wonder how you doing. I'm doing good, John. How are you doing? Doing swell this Tuesday evening. But anyway, I got to say, Frisco has really been winning these ball games. I mean, last week, you see them taking on the Springfield Cardinals there at Statesman's Park. And boy, I tell you one thing, they have really been winning. Now they're tied up with San Antonio, 30 even in wins, and I gotta say, you're looking at the first place San Antonio Missions and the second place Frisco RoughRiders. Tonight, if the RoughRiders win this one, they will advance to first place, and San Antonio down in second place. Well, for third place, we look at Midland with 27 and 28 of the year, Amarillo at 26 and 30, Corpus Christi 23 and 34. Tulsa leading a game and a half against the Arkansas Travelers. Northwest Arkansas and Wichita tied at 25 even. Springfield down in last place with 24 and 31 of the year. Well, I gotta say, we've had a pretty good time there in Wichita last week, and so far, San Antonio losing their last three out of that series against the Wind Surge, and gotta say, it was not a good first half of that game, or last three games out of that six games. But I will say it was one of them. But Wichita did pretty good and still holding a fourth place position. And so far, uh, Wichita has to beat Tulsa in order to claim a third place to put Northwest Arkansas down in fourth place. And I got to say, pretty good for that. Well, let's go over your ball clubs tonight. Amarillo at Springfield, Corpus Christi at Midland, Northwest Arkansas at Arkansas, Wichita at Tulsa, and Frisco at San Antonio here tonight as getting ready for the ball games and live broadcast to start the new week here as we get ready for Tuesday through Sunday baseball. And most evidently, uh, that final score on Sunday against San Antonio was Wichita 3 and San Antonio 2. It was a good game, but most evidently, Wichita was really putting it to them. But evidently, with this new week going, we're just about set to go here in just a little bit. Our first pitch time, 7:05, partly cloudy skies. Might be a few rain showers around the area, but most definitely we'll see orange skies as the sun goes down. And so far, going to be a pretty good one as we get ready to go for the top of the first inning for Frisco. RoughRiders wearing their road grays, Frisco inscribed on the chest, San Antonio to their home whites, as they'll wear home whites tonight, tomorrow, Flying Chanclas Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday will be home white uniforms. And after that, it will be road grays as we go through the next 2 weeks. Don't forget, we'll have a Flying Chanclas night because every now and then the road grays are going to have to be washed, but most evidently we'll take them to the cleaners, we get them washed, and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, going to be pretty good. We go through this week and next 2 weeks on the road, but most evidently, hope you could come out to the ball game because we're here till Sunday, and so far you could join us up in Corpus Christi next week, and then follow us to Arkansas as we get ready to take on the Arkansas Travelers. So only one 6-game set on the beach and then a 6-game there at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas right after that. But anyway, I hope you join us as we get ready to go, and so far going to be a pretty good night. We'll be back with the first pitch coming up. You're listening to us on the Missions Radio Network here in San Antonio. And gotta say, this will conclude the pregame show here for the start of this week. But we'll give you informed of the baseball scores, and everything else here tonight as we do our broadcast. And so far, we'll be right back in this one. Star Spangled Banner now going down on the field as RoughRiders and Missions about ready to start playing here this evening. So we'll be right back. First pitch coming up, top of the first for Frisco when we come back. About time for the top half of the first inning for Frisco right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, gotta say there, Bob, a partly cloudy evening as RoughRiders are getting ready to go for the batting. Just a few moments more before we get going. Right-hander Miguel Mendez getting the ball for San Antonio here tonight. And boy, look at that fastball, 101 mile per hour. Slider changeup, a two-seam fastball getting ready to go as we get ready for this one. Right fielder Orlando Martinez about set to go for the Frisco RoughRiders. And here he is, the first pitch. And that one is high fly in the air, right field to Braden Carpathios will make the play, and that's how the homestand starts. Defensively, let's give you the starting lineups for Frisco here tonight. Martinez, Hardy, and Figueroa will be the leadoff three. Guerrero, Drelling, Gutierrez, Oliver Johnson, and Macias will round it out here for Frisco. Shortstop Theo Hardy coming in. Getting set to go, and here's the windup and the pitch. That one is chopped foul. The count now 0-1. So far, we'll give you some scores. Boy, Amarillo having that front lead against Springfield. 4-2 the score, bottom of the fourth inning. Midland leading Corpus Christi 3-0, top of the third. And that's going to be high fly in the air, straight away, down it goes. And that is going to be going to third, and that's going to be a one-out triple for Theo Hardy. RoughRiders have their first run 90 feet in. And boy, I tell you one thing, that was some pretty good hitting. What do you think about that there, Bob? I think it was pretty good hitting, if you ask me. I mean, when you have a runner at 90 feet away, this team and offense is really going to get something going, especially for the Rough Riders. Here's Gilder for Guerrero coming in now, as he takes the strike inside. As the count now 0-1. Fans watching from Frisco. Last week they took on Springfield. And that one is outside. The count now 1-1. Kids out of school, but yep, there could be some that attend summer school. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. The count now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count now 1 out, 1 on. Runner at third. Guerrero up to the plate now for Frisco. Miguel Mendez taking a little time with a rosin bag. Here's a 1-2, and that one's going to be high fly in the air. Left fielder Murphy getting after it. Here comes the run, and is in across the store on a sacrifice fly. That will score in the runner from third. Now the Rough Riders take the 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Pablo Guerrero coming in now for Frisco. And a wind up and the pitch will put that one in for strike 1, and it's the count now at 0-1. Partly cloudy skies here this evening. A temperature up 92 degrees. And that's going to be right there to the shortstop. Right there to Sanabria will end the half inning. And that will do it. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. And nobody left for Frisco as we head now to the bottom of the first. And it's 1-0 Rough Riders. We'll be right back here in this one as we get things ready to go here for the bottom of the first for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the first right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Right-hander Ben Anderson is on the mound for Frisco as we lead it off for the bottom of the first inning for his time. It's a 4-seam slider, curveball, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. We'll get ready to go for the Rough Riders.
Now playing second base.
And the second baseman, Cameron Cawley, will be out as second as we get things ready to go. Shortstop Luis Verdugo will lead it off for San Antonio here tonight. Bottom of the first inning for the Missions, and that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Pretty nice after our 6 games there in Wichita last week. Back home tonight through Sunday, so make sure you come in and catch us. Well, we're still here in San Antonio, but next 2 weeks we are gone. Arkansas and Corpus Christi. I'll switch those around. Corpus Christi and Arkansas. We'll start at Bayfront Park next week. And then head to All-American Ballpark the next following week. That one is foul, and the count now still holding 1-2. 1-2. Here's the delivery. And that high one, whoa. Just about ready to strike him out on that fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And that one is a changeup outside, 2-2. Teams that are left this month is Corpus Christi, Arkansas, Amarillo, and Midland. That will pretty much be it for the first half. Well, here's the starting lineups for the Missions here tonight. Verdugo, Roberts, and Salas will lead it off. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian will middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castañon will round it out here for San Antonio this evening. Center fielder Kai Roberts getting ready to go here for the Missions. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is in for the strike. The count now 0-1. Look like a little moisture there, Bob. What do you think? Will it give us a little bit of a rain shower? Maybe it will. Well, maybe. I mean, if you look out to the left-hand center of left field, you'll see a little mist going on. Probably some spitting rain, I guess. Right there, line drive straight away past the third baseman, and that is a base hit. 1-out single for Roberts. Looking pretty good on top of that one there, John. I gotta agree. Here's Ethan Salas as he'll come aboard now and take a strike inside as the count now 0-1. We've got fans all the way from Dallas watching. We welcome y'all. Those that are in our YouTube live stream, thank y'all. And so far, proud sponsors like West Creek Trail Rides, Henry's Puppy Tacos, Waterburger, many more others. If I forget about y'all, make sure you get a free shout out here in the YouTube live chat, and we'll get you going on top of that. Out number 2 is Salas as he gets out to straightaway center. And that's out number 2. First baseman Romeo Sanabria getting ready to go. 2 outs, runner at first after the solo shot. And that's going to be lofted high in the air up to left field, and that will pretty much do it. Well, a 1-2-3, but no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. Second inning set to go. Frisco leading it 1-0. We'll get ready to go as Dylan Drilling will get things ready for Frisco's second inning. Second inning set to go here in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Dylan Drilling. 5, 6, 7, middle half of the order set to go. And here's the pitch. That one is down and in. It's no balls and 1 strike. Well, we welcome you back to our broadcast, and Arkansas now leading 1-0 against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals there at All-American Ballpark. North Little Rock, Arkansas. That one is in the count now, 0-2. Wichita and Tulsa are scoreless. Bottom half of the first inning. There at DCJ Field. Here's the 0-2.
No,
and that one is downstairs. It's the count now, 1-2. Boy, does it feel hot out here, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, temperature feels like 103. Does it really? Yeah. Well, my phone said that. Most likely a summer well upon us. And gotta say, just gonna be a nice one as we hang out around this baseball season. Gotta absolutely love baseball season. We come together, we have a pretty good time. Anthony Gutierrez, the center fielder, coming in. It's count now, 0-1. Boy, Midland leading Corpus Christi 3-1 there at Franco Park. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be right there to the second baseman. Castagnon flips it to first for Sanabria yet to get his man Gutierrez for out number 2. Trevor Hauver, the designated hitter for the Riders, getting ready to go. Wind up and the pitch. That one is foul. The count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. There's the pitch, and that's going to be right there straight away. Up in time, as that will do it. And so far, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on the half inning here for the Riders. We're 2.5. Frisco leading it 1-0. We'll be getting ready to go for Braden Carpathios next on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Now set to go for the bottom half of the second inning right now on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios, 5'6", due up for San Antonio. Leading it off for the Missions is Carpathios as Ben Anderson throws the first pitch in for a strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right there. Ground hopper straight away to short. Throw down to first in time by a footstep. And that will be out number 1. Designated hitter Albert Fabian coming in. Last week in Wichita, he was on cruise control. Do you ever see a guy like him just being on flat-up cruise control? It's like he was obviously in the driver's seat. Yeah, I gotta say, John, he was pretty good there in Wichita last week. And so far, that was a pretty good one. I gotta agree. Well, right there and outside is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on for San Antonio. I will say that the conference finals, San Antonio Spurs at, well, New York, I would say. Don't follow much of the Major League Basketball Association, NBA for short. Now in his high fly in the air straight away. Center field will make the play, and that will be out number 2. Third baseman is Rosemond Verdugo. Getting ready to go here for San Antonio. I'll tell you one thing, I forgot who New York represents. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the basketball team? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here was...
That's a ball.
Oh, yeah, they're called the New York Knicks. Oh, okay, thank you, Bob. So San Antonio Spurs at New York Knicks. And boy, I tell you, they really just come in here and get things going. But the best of 7 against San Antonio and stuff. And anyway, no runs, hits, or errors for the Missions here tonight as we head to the third. And it is 1-0 Frisco. Cooper Johnson, next batter up for the RoughRiders. We'll get ready to go here in the next half inning. About set to go for the third inning right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Cooper Johnson, 891 due up for Frisco coming up third inning. Miguel Mendez will start his third on the mound for San Antonio. No balls and one strike the count. Here's the pitch downstairs and the count now 1-1. Batting a .284 is Johnson. 300 in the opposition over 5 home runs and 7 RBIs of the year for Frisco, and did pretty good last week against Springfield. There's the 2-1, and right there, ground ball to the shortstop, and that is out number 1. And Sanabria will get his man out. Second baseman Cameron Crawley getting ready to go. Top of 3 here on this first game, and that's going to be a pop-up, and that will go out of play foul. Could have been a quick out number 2 on that pop-up, right, Bob? Yeah. And did he go? Nope, he did not. That will be down and outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now, and here's the pitch. And that one is crushed. Say goodbye to that one, and it is gone. Boy, Cameron Crawley, first home run of this homestand, now leading it 2-0 Frisco. Well, that's a 428-foot 100 on the exit velocity on top of that one there, John. Boy, he hit it on the absolute screws and got that one pretty good. Well, the next batter up is Orlando Martinez. RoughRiders hold a 2-0 lead against San Antonio here in the early goings. Martinez, an 0 for 1, a flyout the last time around. No score there in Tulsa. Wichita Windsurge taking on the Drillers there at DCJ. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one is going to be out of play foul. And the count now 0-2. No 1-2, one more time, and that's going to be foul. What a good home crowd we have here, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. It's getting pretty interesting. And that one is high fly in the air, up to left field at the wall, and he made the play. It's a left fielder, Kai Murphy. And boy, few more inches. That would have been the second home run of this season. No. I'll tell you one thing, or correct me if I'm wrong, but that would have been the second home run of this half inning. But pretty good during this season is the RoughRiders. These two teams battling it out as they're tied 30-30. RoughRiders against San Antonio tied in this one.
Nope, ball 2.
And that's a slider outside. The count now at 2-1. Don't forget, Game 2 tomorrow night as we celebrate Military Appreciation Night. Everybody that serves in our military to get in for free, just show your proof of your military ID. There's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, get him. And that will be out number 3. But Cameron Coley puts one out of reach, and there it is. As the RoughRiders early on leads at 2-0 here in San Antonio. Bottom of the third coming up as we'll have Kai Murphy getting ready to go for San Antonio. West Creek Trail Rides is our proud sponsor of Missions Baseball. For more, call 210-616-6585 to book your online reservation or give Benji Hernandez a call at 210-800-3335 to book private lessons with him. And so far, pretty good. Ball set to go. Bottom of the third for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ty Murphy leading it off as we bring you back to the ball game. 8-9-1 due up for San Antonio here in this home half of three. So far, pretty good one here as San Antonio just trailing the 2 runs. And that one is out of play. The countdown at 0-2. And that's a swing and a miss. Murphy going down. And that is out number 1. So that will be the first strikeout for Ben Anderson. Wearing a number 53 jersey, and just got to absolutely love that number on his jersey. Herbie the Love Bug, oh my goodness. That's kind of what it reminds me of, is when I see 53, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, coming in, batting a .175 average over a .237. And that one is right there. The count now at 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Ground ball straight ahead up to first. And that is out number 2.
The batter, number 11.
Man, a lot of 3 up, 3 downs. And so far this third inning looks like it could be another half inning for San Antonio not getting anything on their board. Luis Verdugo coming in now. As he swings and misses after that, comes empty-handed. Count now 0-1. And that one is in for a strike, but they're going to challenge that call right there. And the call is going to be upheld, so it will still be a 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And that one is going to be foul. He got a little piece of it. Had a few spits of a rain shower come through, but nothing that serious. Right there, ground balls, ground hopper. Up to first, that ends the inning. No runs hit to errors and nobody aboard for San Antonio. Fourth inning, Frisco leading it 2-0. So we'll be right back here in this one as Gilder Figueroa will lead it off for Frisco when we come back. Well, just about set to go for the fourth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Gilder Figueroa coming up now. He's 3-4-5. Is getting set to go for Frisco. Top of 4. RoughRiders leading a 2-0 ball game against San Antonio here in the early goings of this broadcast. And that one's going to be squared away down and in for a count now, 0-2. Mendez doing pretty good as he starts his fourth inning, and boy, got him right on the chopped foul, and that is the third strikeout here. Figueroa going down on strikes. Frisco first baseman Pablo Guerrero about set to go. RoughRiders will have 12 games here in San Antonio. Missions will have at least 6 more in Frisco, taking on the Riders. That one is high fly in the air straight away. Up in left field is Murphy as he'll make the play. And that is out number 2. Dylan Dreiling, the left fielder, is 0 for 1, a strikeout. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is going to get down the line, and that will get through for a hit. And the RoughRiders getting in a 2-out single, and that will keep the half inning alive. Anthony Gutierrez, the next batter up. As he'll take that one in for a strike. Gets the count now, 0-1. 0 for 1 ground out last time around. The pitch. That one is got high in the air straight away. Castañon gets to center field and makes the play, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on for Frisco. Bottom of 4 coming up, and Frisco leads it 2-0. So we'll be set to go as Kai Roberts will lead it off when we come back in the broadcast here in this one. Now set to go for the bottom of the 4th. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. San Antonio center fielder Kai Roberts getting ready to go as he'll take that one high and inside. And, well, yep, they're going to contest that to see where that one is. But nope, that is going to be a upheld call. So still hanging on at 0-1. Great crowd here on a Tuesday night. And that one is lined out of play. Ben Anderson now at 37 pitches for Frisco pitching. And that one's going to be pelted. That is deep, high in the air, up to right field. And boy, just a few more inches and it would have been gone. Ethan Salas, the next batter up. 0 for 1 to fly out the last go round. And that one is going to be pelted right there, straight away. It is gone. Ethan Salas, the first home run today for San Antonio. And the Missions get one back to the moonshot. Boy, this guy was really good last week in Kansas. And I gotta say, he was really red hot. Just so hot, he looked like one of them hot tamales. Yeah, that for sure there, John. That was a pretty good one, if you ask me. Romeo Sanabria, the next batter up for San Antonio, will take that one outside as 1 ball and no strikes. Salas, a pretty good hitting prospect. Frisco now just a 1-run lead. And that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. That gets to center field, and that will be out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder.
I got a bug flying in my face. Do you see that, Bob? Yeah, I see it. It looks like it's trying to mess with you. I know. It's kind of crazy, that little bug. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up, will take a inside for a strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. Boy, I nearly slapped myself in the face, knocked my glasses off. And I was like, just leave me alone, daggum bug, I tell you. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss, and that will do it. 4 innings come and go, but Salas will get one back for the San Antonio Missions. And it's on now to the 5th. Frisco up 2-1. We'll have Trevor Hopper to lead it off here in the 5th inning as we get ready to go here in this one. Just about set to go for the fifth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 2-1 ball game, top of the fifth inning. 7-8-9, Trevor Hoffer coming up first for Frisco. As that's going to be a ground ball straight away through for a base hit. And that will be a no-out single for Hoffer. Boy, pretty good on top of that one as he gets it straight for a line drive. And so far, pretty good on top of that one here in this one. Cooper Johnson 0 for 1. Batting a .247. 0 for 1, a ground out. So he's had some pretty good home runs last week against Springfield. And the pitch is right there. The count now 0-2 as he goes after it, but still comes up empty-handed. And the count now 0-2. Mendez now at 45 pitches here for San Antonio. And that is right there for a swing and a miss, and that is out number 1. Fourth strikeout for Mendez, but look at his stats of his pitch arsenal tonight. 65%. He's calling upon that four-seam fastball to do his justice for him. Cameron Cawley, the next batter up. One man down. Taco Bell double play could become a great asset in this half inning. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is going to be outside, and the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, swing and a miss, and the count now at 1-2. Still got that bug just right in front of me, just flying around. Bob, can you kill that thing for me? If I could catch him, he's just a little tiny guy. Right fielder Orlando Martinez getting in. Wind up and the pitch, swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch. And that is in for strike 2. Could be a 1-2-3 for Frisco here, this one. And the pitch. That one foul, and whoa! Just about took somebody's head off out there at the bench. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Ground ball straight away. Castagnon flips to Sanabria. That ends the half inning. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on for Frisco. 5.5 on this Tuesday night. Frisco leads it 2-1. Foul set to go as Fabian will lead it off when we come back in our broadcast. Bounce at the goal, bottom of 5, right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Albert Fabian, the 6-hole batter coming up for San Antonio. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Missions as we lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning here tonight. And that one's going to be a ground hopper straight away. And that'll go to first, and that is out number 1. Guzman Verdugo coming in tonight. 0 for 1 to pop out last go around. Wind up and the pitch. And that one is going to be pelted high in the air, and it will hit the fence. And boy, just a few more, and it would have been out of here. Well, did you see it bounce off that fence? Boy, he had it in the directional angle where he needed it. We'll show the instant replay. And yep, it bounced the fence. Good thing we have our camera crews just getting all the plays. We thank y'all. Could have been an easy home run for the 7-hole batter, but that'll be a double meat cheeseburger courtesy of our 7-man. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in. Well, that'll be the double meat cheeseburger courtesy of Rosman Verdugo. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight away, and that's going to be through for a hit. Now that'll put a threatening move against Frisco. Now 1st and 3rd, 1 away as Kai Murphy gets a single. Marcos Castañon, the next batter up for San Antonio. Getting going right there to 3rd, and that is caught. And that'll bring in the shortstop, Luis Verdugo. And here's the windup. And that one is crushed. It is gone. And San Antonio takes the lead by Verdugo. A 3-run homer. And the Missions will take the lead 4-2. Boy, that was a pretty good one right there. 416. And he got all of them right there and then. Pretty good one as he gets over. And yep, 416. You're absolutely right there, John. 104.8 mile per hour on top of that one. Riders manager coming out to the mound now, and so far that's going to do for the starter as the right-hander gets relieved out of this ball game, giving up the 3 runs. Should I say 4, but Patrick Murphy, the right-hander, getting loose out there. Patrick Murphy and Kai Murphy, they are brothers. Boy, easily we took pictures of them here today. Boy, and one guy on the Texas Rangers, the other guy's on the San Diego Padres AA teams. Hi, Roberts coming in, 1 for 2, a single. Here's the 1-0. And that one is high and outside. The count now 2-0. Acker and Velez, 2 right-handers warming up for the Riders as get going here in this one. 1 for 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. San Antonio up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs in this half inning already homed in. And that's going to be right there. Liner straightaway center field, and that is through for a hit. That's going to bring in Ethan Salas. And that's going to be high in the air straight away. Running after it. Cannot get there, and that will be the play. And they'll get him out for sure there at second, and that will do it. Luis Verdugo, the leadoff man, will get a 3-run shot. And look at that. That one is just an absolute beauty as it's out of the ballpark. We now head to the top half of the 6th inning. San Antonio leads the RoughRiders 4-2. Halfway through this ball game tonight as we look at the top half of the 6th inning for Frisco. Well, I tell you one thing, this game is going by fast as we look at it. Just the 8:30 hours we look at it, it's getting to be pretty good. Getting going and forward. That one is a line shot. Luis Verdugo getting that 3-run shot in the last half inning. And now we head for the top of the 6th, line score right there. And San Antonio leading this game 4-2. And the next batter up is Theo Hardy as he'll get ready to go for the Riders when we come back. About set to go for the top of the sixth inning right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Theo Hardy, the next man up here for Frisco, will take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Top half of the ninth inning there at Blue River Stadium. Springfield taking on the Sod Poodles. Score is Springfield 9, Amarillo 5. That game is almost at its end right there. Midland leading Corpus Christi 7-2. Pretty good lead for the Rockhounds. Arkansas leading 7-0 against Northwest Arkansas. Tulsa leading 1-0 against Wichita. And San Antonio leading 4-2 here in this one. 1-2. I pop up right in the air, straightaway left, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 5, Glader Figueroa.
That'll bring in Glitter Figueroa as he comes in. 0 for 1, the sacrifice here in this one as he takes a strike inside as the count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count as here comes the pitch, and that will be the foul ball. The count now 0-2. Starting to see the orange hue from the clouds, which it does make it look pretty. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there, high in the air, straight away. Out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Pablo Guerrero, the first baseman, 0 for 2, a fly out, ground out. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, high in the air, straight away. And the left fielder can't come up with it, and that will be a base hit. A two-out double for Guerrero as he gets in. Dylan Drilling, the next batter up. We'll take that one high flying in the air, straight away. And in time is the right fielder, Partathios, as he makes the play and ends the half inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for Frisco as we head for the bottom of the 6th, and it's 4-2 San Antonio. So we'll be ready to go. Romeo Sanabria will lead it off the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the sixth right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 4, 5, and 6, middle half of the order, starting off with Romeo Sanabria. As that is taken in for a cold strike, gets the count down 0-1. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive and straight away, straight up the left center through for a hit. Boy, getting pretty interesting here in the start of the homestand here, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's getting pretty interesting. RoughRiders manager is now coming out to the mound again, and so far that's going to do for Patrick Murphy. I'll tell you one thing there, Bob. They've been giving up hits and home runs here tonight. Our right-hander Dan Acker will be the next one in relief. Now to get something going for the RoughRiders. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up for San Antonio, and that's going to be in for the strike. The count now 0-1. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out here tonight. Just a pretty look at those clouds as they glow orange. Just absolutely love evenings looking like that. I mean, beautiful. It's like painting a picture with Bob Ross. Oh yeah, The Joys of Painting, which ran for 31 seasons. That's right, how'd you know that? I watched his entire series on painting. Wow. So you first started watching that when it was on TV? Yep, PBS. Wow. So, pretty good right there. That one's going to be high in the air straight away. And that one is gone. And Braden Carpathios puts that one out of reach. And that is going to be a 2-run shot for him. Man, I tell you one thing. Now San Antonio leading at 6-2. A 4-run lead for the Missions. Gotta say, it's getting pretty interesting as we get going here tonight. That is for sure. Up to the right field wall. Well, now 2 runs already home here. And here's the pitch, and that is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Now it'd be 6, 7, and 8. Leading off Albert Fabian. 355 foot on the previous play. And here's the pitch. Is inside for a cold strike. Gets the count now at 0-0. Or actually 1-1, I should say. Thought it was 0-1, but never mind. Down high fly in the air, straight away up the left field, and that is out number 1. As that one was caught to the left fielder. Rosman Verdugo is 1 for 2, had a double early on in this game. Wind up and the pitch, and that one downstairs. It's the count now 1-0. San Antonio leading 6-2 against the Riders. And that's the count now 1-1. Tulsa leading Wichita, bottom of the 5th. 1-0 there at DCJ Field. Arkansas leading 7-2 against Northwest Arkansas. Midland leading Corpus Christi 7-4. Springfield leading 9-5 against Amarillo. Sod Poodles first time around visiting beautiful Blue River Stadium in Springfield, Missouri. I want to say kind of a nice ballpark. We'll go there close to the end of the second half. After that, Midland and Amarillo will be our last 12 games of the regular season. And then it'll be time to take on the playoff rounds. Left fielder Kai Murphy, 1 for 2, single on a run. And I gotta say, we love to see fans being happy in the baseball season months. That one's going to be well hit and struck pretty good. And that's going to get through, as that will be a line drive to right field through for a hit. Boy, and San Antonio really starting to get something going here in this half inning.
Yeah, they really are. And
now you got men in scoring position, second and third now. Mission's getting a pretty good, getting a 4 runs against the Frisco RoughRiders. Marcos Castañon is 0 for 2, which we'll say that is a pretty good game. Well, the game in Springfield just got called, and final score, Springfield 9, Amarillo 5. So Cardinals will get that one. That one is high and outside for the count, now 2-1. First two teams done tonight. And most evidently, San Antonio almost there. Boy, top half of the 7th inning for Northwest Arkansas there at All-American Ballpark, and that's going to be right there, line drive. That'll plate in 2 more runs, and he misses it. And Castañon's going to have a 2-run triple as he gets in there. Now San Antonio leading 8-2 in this ball game. Boy, tell you one thing, where does it end? Well, the manager, 3rd time tonight, having to go out to the mound. And that's going to do for Dan Acker.
Well, I'll tell you one thing there, John. It's not looking good for this guy. No doubt about it, but I'll tell you, he's not having it tonight.
Robert Alstrom coming in now as a 4-seam curveball changeup. 3rd reliever on the mound after the starter got relieved out. So now 4 pitchers getting out. And boy, look at this one. Luis Verdugo getting a 3-run shot last time around, making it a 4-2 ball game for San Antonio in this one. All right, just a pretty good one. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in for the strike. And the count now at 0-1. Runner at 3rd, 1 man down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that's going to be pop foul. The count now 0-2. San Antonio 8, Frisco 2 here tonight. RoughRiders trying to get a pretty good one going. And that's going to be in on a sacrifice bunt, and now that will make it a 9-2 ball game.
Boy, and so far, Mission's having a pretty good deficit, now leading 7 against Frisco.
A pretty good deficit, right, Bob?
I gotta say, it is.
Ty Roberts, the center fielder, coming in. Getting ready to go here for San Antonio, and that is in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. RoughRiders have 9 outs to beat. And that's going to be in for a ball. The count now at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 1-2. Well, these two teams in the South Division, they are really good teams. You know, you've got Texas Rangers and Padres going at it. Here's a 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Got him down, and that ends the inning. A boatload of runs come in across the score. And we hit to the 7th inning. San Antonio leading it 9-2. So we'll be right back in this one, as that'll bring up Anthony Gutierrez as he'll lead it off for the RoughRiders coming back in the 7th. Top half of the seventh inning for Frisco right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Anthony Gutierrez, the next batter up here for Frisco, coming in, is ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one out of play. The count now 0-1. No balls and one strike. Here is the 0-1 delivery, and that is chopped foul. And the count now 0-2. Here's pitch. High in the air, straight away. Center field is Roberts. Will make the play, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, designated hitter.
9-2 San Antonio here in this ball game. 7th inning with Trevor Hauver to the plate now. 1-for-2 single. So Bob, go ahead and do some, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, right there up to right field, Hauver gets on. Boy, anybody's going to take win number 31 tonight between these two ball clubs. That would be really good.
But San Antonio look like they can literally get something going.
That is for sure, Bob.
Well, that will be a pitch clock violation, and that will be 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0 delivery, and that is outside 2-0. Frisco trying to get back into this ball game. 2-0 delivery, and that's going to be right there, and that is going to be caught right to the shortstop. Luis Verdugo gets out there and gets something going. And now here is second baseman Cameron Crawley. 1-for-2 home run, RBI, and a run. Two outs, runner at first here in the 7th inning. And that one is going to be out of play, foul. The count now 0-1. Here's pitch. And that is in, strike 2. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that one is high and outside. And it's 1-2. Starting to get dark here at Wolf Stadium. And they're going to initially put him out there at first. So Cameron Crawley will get down to first base. And now here is Orlando Martinez, issued the automatic balk. Martinez coming in as he fouls that one off. And it's the count now 0-1. San Antonio leading this game 9-2. 7-run lead from Frisco. That one is high flying in the air. Straightaway center. And that is out number 3. No runs on a hit. No errors. 2 left on. Time for the 7th inning stretch here in San Antonio. First one of this week. It's 9-2 San Antonio. So just bounce out as Ethan Salas gets ready to go in the bottom of 7. Bottom half of the 7th inning set to go right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, the batter now, Ethan Salas, as he gets ready to go. 3-4-5 due up in the half order for San Antonio. He's getting set to go. Well, that one is in for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Alstrom doing pretty good, right, John? Now he sure is. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one ground ball straight back to the mound. Alstrom will get him out the first. And that is out number 1. Romeo Sanabria, the first baseman, is 1 for 3. And the pitch. And that one's foul. Count now 0-2 as Romeo Sanabria will take that one in. Here's the pitch. High pop up straight into foul grounds. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, right there, Carpathio.
Well, Alstrom's time is being called. The manager now popping out of the dugout for the 4th time here tonight. And so far, he's seen enough of this left-hander. Jose Cornelius is coming in. And John, what do we know about the ERA?
Well, he is at 16.20 with a 11.1 strikeout rate. 1.2 innings pitched in this one. Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in, 1 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs. Boy, just a pretty good evening here in San Antonio, and if you were watching, that is good too. That one is a high fly right there, straightaway center field, through for a hit. Boy, pretty good run right there. Waiting on first base.
Ball, high.
Designated hitter Albert Fabian getting in. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. 9-2 ball game here in San Antonio tonight. Could be a pretty good win if they could get up to the top of the 9th inning and knock them out there. 2 balls and 1 strike the count now. Boy, it's top of the 7th inning with Midland leading Corpus Christi 7-6. Tulsa now leading 4-0 against Wichita. I gotta say, excuse me, it's a pretty good ball game there in Tulsa. That one is a high fly in the air, and that one is gone. And Albert Fabian getting his first home run of the night.
Well, I gotta say, John, it could be a make-or-break situation. Now, San Antonio leading it by 7. Or actually by 9. 2 more home runs for Albert Fabian. Here's Rosemond Verdugo, who is 1 for 2.
That is for sure. 11-2 San Antonio here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the call got overturned for a ball going now to a strike. And the count now 0-1. Verdugo now coming in. Here's a windup and the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. Everybody top of the 7th, but except Northwest Arkansas and their neighbor Arkansas. Bottom half of the 7th inning, and yep, so are we as we just closed it out. 2 runs come in across the score as we head to the 8th inning, and it is 11-2. San Antonio lead by 9. Theo Hardy will lead it off when we get ready to go.
Top half of the 8th inning set to go for Frisco right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Theo Hardy next batter up. And before we start the top half of the 8th inning, there will be pitching change here in this one. Right-hander Sean Boyle is out on the mound for San Antonio as we get ready for him to start relief pitching here in the top half of the 8th inning. Boyle now pitching for San Antonio. Theo Hardy up to greet him. 2, 3, and 4 due up 8th inning here in this one. That one is right there, high in the air, straight away, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And first one as Hardy is now getting on to the first base area. Fielder for Guerrero coming in now. And that's going to be right there up into the center field area. And now that'll be 2 on with nobody out.
It'll look like Frisco is going to put up a fight here tonight. Here's Pablo Guerrero as he comes in.
No, Bob, I got to say, you're absolutely right. These boys can get really good. But most evidently, one base hit after another could get some runs going. 1 for 3 double by Guerrero. And now it's going to be hit high in the air straight away and up to the right field area. Now the runner tagging on from second goes to third. And that'll bring in Dylan Drilling, left fielder. 1 for 3, a single here tonight. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside the count now 1-0. 4,534 tonight. The pitch. And right there, gloved to the third baseman, Rosman Verdugo, as he jumped in the air and got that one. And boy, to tell you one thing, San Antonio look like they are going to be in for the 31st Here's Anthony Gutierrez.
Well, can't say that too early there, John, because they still have 4 outs to play with. And so far, they could still come back and try to get a rally going. No balls and 2 strikes to Anthony Gutierrez. Here's the pitch, and that one is out of play, foul. And the count now at 0-2. The 0-2. And that one is foul. And the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball straight away to the short. Throw down the first in time, and that is out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for Frisco. 8.5, San Antonio leading it 11-2. Murphy, Castañon, and Verdugo getting ready to go. Bottom half of the 8th, we come back. About set to go, bottom of the eighth inning. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Guy Murphy, the next batter up, 8-9-1 due up here in the last half inning for San Antonio. Getting set to go, and that one's going to be hit high in the air, straight away, out of play, and the count now 0-1. No balls and one strike. Here's a pitch from Jose Cornel, and that one is outside. The count now 1-1. Arkansas leading 10-2 against Northwest Arkansas, top of the eighth inning. San Antonio leading 11-2 here in this broadcast, bottom of the eighth. And that is strike three called, as that will be out number one. Corpus Christi and Midland tied in a foot race there at Franco Park, 7-7, top of the eighth inning. Tulsa leading Wichita 4-0, bottom of 7. Springfield 9-5 final against Amarillo tonight. And the cutter is outside. It's 1-0, but we'll see how that will go. And call will get overturned. No balls and one strike to Castañon as he comes in. Hits that one high in the air, straightaway right field, and the right fielder gets under it, makes the play, and that is out number two.
The batter, number 11, shortstop,
Luis Verdugo coming in, 1 for 4. He hit the 3-run shot in the fifth. Boy, double digits here, first time around. And that one's going to be hit high in the air, out of play. Look out back there. And the count now at 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on for San Antonio. And that will be fouled and away. They're still continuing onward. No balls and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch. That one high and outside as the count now 1-2. Little daylight left here in the left-hand side of your screen. And that will be outside. The count now 2-2. 5 night games and 1 day game. And right there for a ball, the count now at 3-2. So that will be the count full. And that one will be out of play. So, never mind. So we'll have all week to have night games, which that would be pretty good. And that one right there will be out number 3, and that will do it. 7:05 starts through this week. As we head to the 9th inning, San Antonio leads it 11-2. So we'll be set to go with Trevor Hoffer, Johnson, and Coley to lead it for the 9th when we come back. Now set to go, top half of the ninth inning, right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, next batter up, Trevor Hoffer coming up now for Frisco. 3 outs to go for the Riders. And San Antonio will take the W. That one is high flying in the air, straight away. In center is Roberts, as that will be out number 1. Boy, tell you one thing there, John. Only 2 outs to go. Cooper Johnson, being the catcher coming in, is 0 for 3. The strikeout in this one, just getting ready to go. Don't forget our broadcast tomorrow evening at 7:05 through Sunday. So now we will have a 7:05 start time for Sunday evening. No balls and 1 strike. And that is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Gotta say, pretty nice to have night games come in the fray, which that is really good. I mean, the hotter temperatures, the team should come in and play really good baseball in the evening. That's right there, liner straight away. And that will be a 1-out double for Cooper Johnson. Cameron Coley, the next batter coming in, will take a strike, and it's the count now 0-1. 1 for 2, a home run, RBI coming in for Frisco here tonight. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. Windup and the pitch, and that is popped foul. So still hanging on at 0-2. Military Appreciation Night tomorrow night here at the ball game. Game 2 of the 6 games against the Frisco RoughRiders. And that one is a swing and a miss. Coley is down on strikes. Well, San Antonio getting ready to celebrate the first victory here in this homestand. Orlando Martinez, the last man up for the RoughRiders. And that will do it, as Sanabria will catch that one. And the Missions will claim the 31st. So they will stay in first place for at least 2 more games. Well, that was a pretty good win, as San Antonio claims that one. Don't forget, tomorrow is Game 2, Military Appreciation Night. Miguel Mendez will get the win, and the loss goes to Ben Anderson, as he'll get credited with the Ale. And so far, a pretty good night for this baseball game, and so far, our final score, 11-2, the final, as San Antonio takes Game 1. So a good night here in San Antonio as we close it out. And so far, hope everybody drives home safely. But first, let's go over runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious San Antonio Missions, 11 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. For Frisco, 2-9-0. Ben Anderson is the loss. Luis Verdugo is top player of the game, 1 for 5, a home run, and 4 RBIs. But Miguel Mendez being the win, as he did a lot. He went through 7 innings, gave up only 6 hits, struck out 5, and only gave up 1 earned run. Or actually, should I say 2 earned runs, but most evidently did pretty good taking on Frisco tonight. Well, anyway, Frisco is now at 30-26. San Antonio 30-27. So pretty good night for the Missions, claiming the win. Springfield will get their 25th as they take that one against Amarillo.
Boy, I tell you what, now 3 teams in the North Division are tied with 25. Northwest Arkansas, Wichita, and Springfield tied at 25 even. Tulsa and Arkansas have a pretty good, sizable lead as we look at it. Just really a magnificent little lead that they get in. Boy, it looks like Arkansas is going to take a win, so now they'll get up 36 even against Tulsa. But the Drillers look like they've got a pretty good advantage against Wichita. So that'll put Arkansas at 36 and 21, Northwest Arkansas 25 and 32. And so far, a pretty good one in that ball game. Look like bottom half of the 8th inning, going to the 9th there at DCJ Field. And I tell you one thing, it's a really like a ball game for Tulsa. It gets them going, but they'll win it on their 37th against Wichita. So win surge will now be 25 and 30. So the only 2 teams that will be up in this one is Corpus Christi and Midland. And definitely Franco Park looking really good as we watch the live stream. Corpus Christi 8-7 against the Rockhounds. So far, a pretty good one there. For Corpus Christi being 8-7 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. But a pretty good night here in San Antonio. And got to say, it was a pretty good one as the Missions take a 11-2 victory. And boy, you look at the 5th inning, 3 runs, and the 6th inning, 5 runs, and 7th inning goes to 2 runs, which that was pretty good high-scoring deficits right there, right, Bob? Got to say, John, absolutely right. But I tell you one thing, San Antonio took it here tonight, and they made it happen. That is for sure. Well, now the bottom half of the 8th inning as Midland grounded into a double play. And now the Rockhounds down to their final 4 outs. You know, they have 1 in the bottom of the 8th and 3 in the bottom of the 9th. You know, we're still watching that game there in Franco Park. I tell you one thing there, Bob, it is really good to see these teams play like crazy in Midland. You know, Rockhounds and San Antonio do not meet each other until the end of this first half, which that'd be pretty good when we look at it. But most evidently, it will be a pretty good one as we get ready to conclude the first half. But, you know, anybody that gets up to 40 is going to get into the playoff rounds and their ticket gets punched. So San Antonio needs 9 more. Well, that's going to be pretty good there, John. I will say, hopefully, it will be pretty good for the Missions this year. I will say, Bob, you're absolutely right. But anyway, we thank everybody for coming into this ball game, and we had a fun night. We hope everybody will get home safely. Come back tomorrow, as we'll have our second game on Military Appreciation Night. And don't forget, military members could get in to show the proof of your military ID. We'll
for all of us here tonight, our final score, San Antonio 11, Frisco 2. As we say, so long until tomorrow evening. Have a good night.